One of the things that people ask all the time is, we're under attack. Their First Amendment is being shredded right now. Joe Biden says, I'm going to go after the NRA and I'm going to defeat the NRA, meaning he wants to end the Second Amendment also. So if the First Amendment and Second Amendment are under attack, we know the Fourth Amendment is virtually gone due to the privacy violations that we see every single day. So, what do we have left? Well, here's what we have left. We have to be standing firm in favor of protecting our rights and forcing those who would abuse us to actually do it out in the open so they can be called out and held accountable. But in terms of how we behave, the only thing we control in this entire equation is how we as individuals behave. Who are you going to want your children to see? Who are you going to want your grandchildren to see? Who are you going to want people, your friends, neighbors, people you go to church with, to emulate and model? Do you want to be the angry face? Or do you want to be the face of peace because you are walking as one in a Christ-like manner? If you turn Jesus Christ was very clear that we're supposed to turn the other cheek. I would encourage everybody to read Matthew 5-8, which is the Sermon on the Mount, and because it really sets everything on its head in terms of expectations. But when he says turn the other cheek, he's not saying run. He's not saying turn tail. He's not talking about your tail end, that you're supposed to turn that cheek and start running. He's saying turn your other cheek. If a person hits you on one side, let him hit you on the other side. But don't back down. He doesn't say back down. He says stand there, resolute. Be firm in your strength. Because it doesn't matter if they resort to violence or they resort to banning you off of Facebook or whatever. Big deal. Who do your friends see when that happens? Do they see an angry person, or do they see somebody who they want to be like? We have to influence this culture one person at a time, one family member at a time. And Jesus makes it very clear. And he launched a revolution against the most powerful empire in the world as an itinerant preacher who didn't even have a home. He launched that revolution because he chose to turn the other cheek, and he was the Son of God. And through his resurrection, he showed that he could overcome death and showed us how we could also. So folks, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There's no reason to be afraid. Be Christ-like. Even if you're not a Christian, read Matthew 5-8, and I think you'll see a passageway for each of us to live in troubling times. Because ultimately, guys, it comes down to this. Who are you going to be? Do not let others dictate that. You take control of your life. You dictate that, and you have that decision to make every single moment of every single day. With that, I'll let you go. I appreciate anybody who's hung in this long. And go to getliberty.org to get more, and subscribe. And once again, for all of you who are non-Christians who are watching, ALG is not a Christian organization. I am a Christian, and we run ourselves as a Christian organization. But I would encourage you to take a look at Matthew 5-8 and ask yourself, how then should I live? With that, we'll be signing off. Take care.